What's up YouTube, it's AJ Watt back to you guys for another figure unboxing review. This time of the brand new Marvel Legends series 12-inch Thor. Picked this up at a close by Toys R Us store. They only had 2 in stock surprisingly, so I had to pick them up. But a little story about that. So it was around last week I believe. I found them next to the 6-inch Marvel Legends figures. Brought it up to the counter. They couldn't sell it because it had a street release date, and the lady was kind enough to hold it on, which I'm very grateful for. And I'm not the type of person to complain about an action figure to get it that day, so I really wasn't kind of tripping, but very glad she was able to hold it for me until today, because today, August 1st, is the street release date. So as you guys can see, the Thor's looking pretty cool with his beard, and then he comes with a young Thor head sculpt, as you guys can see. But we have the standard Marvel Legends series packaging, where you can see it says Thor right over here on the right or the left corner. Then on the top, you have, I don't know if you guys can see it, kind of says Marvel right there, embossed. And then when you go to the side, you have a cool picture of young Thor, kind of holographic looking. Then when you turn it to the back, you have a cool image shot of the figure posed up with his second hammer with the holographic lighting. Then you have kind of different hairs, boots, and the 2 different hammers. And on the bottom, you get a serial number. Then on the side, you have a picture of Thor with his beard and his helmet on. So very excited to open up this guy. Really like it because it has a beard just like me. So let's go ahead and open up this 12-inch Thor. And so here I have the Marvel Legends series 12-inch Thor out of packaging, looking pretty cool with his young Thor head sculpt on. Did I say head sculpt? Yeah, I think I messed that up. But oh well, pretty awesome figure. Was able to kind of mess around with it, see all the articulation, all the detailing. And one thing that sticks out about this figure is the cape. It's gorgeous. It's like perfect. The muscle tones, I thought when I first saw him he just had like a single bend at the elbow, but he has 2 surprisingly. Pretty good articulation, but on mine it's pretty loose. But oh well, screw it. Was still able to get him. Still an awesome figure. So let's go ahead and check out his accessories before we check out Thor. And for starters, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the kind of young Thor face sculpt right over here. And you're thinking to yourself, why does his hair look like that? Well, with this hair, it's mainly for the helmet. And that way it goes on there with ease. And just like that right there. A smooth transaction. And then if you want to take it out as well, and go ahead and pop it out just like that. You have his hair, and then if you want to get the bearded Thor, it just goes in as so. Does still look a little funny. Then you can put it right over just like that. And this is a pretty cool look. Probably not going to have him posed up with his helmet. Well, still don't know how I'm going to have him posed up. But for the helmet, you can see it's kind of battle damage right over here on the left corner. Does kind of have like little dents right over here, which I really do like. And you can see there's kind of more battle damage going on the wing side right over here. You can see some dents right over here also. Really love the paint sculpt on the helmet. You can see it kind of scratches and dents right over there also. Then when you go to the back, you have some more dents and scratches and some line work over here also. Then he comes with like a little rag too that covers his hair. Kind of looks like a leather material. And then the sculpting on his hair is done perfect. You can see it right over here on the inside. Done very nice. And that's where the head would go. And then for his other kind of hair suggestion, he has a more kind of volume look to it. See if I can get it for you guys. Come on. This one's a little tricky because you kind of have to slide it up right into that little thing. And see if I can get it. Right. It's kind of tricky. Come on. Come on. I put it in there perfect and it still doesn't want to go in. It's weird. Oh well. So yeah. It would go in like that right there. But mine is acting a little crazy for some reason. I don't know why it's not going in. Oh well, yeah, but that's how it would look though. And the camera's out of focus. But yeah, this is for sure the head sculpt I'm gonna have on him with the beard. And you can see the wrinkles right over here. The lights really kind of bring it out. Does have bushy eyebrows, and as you guys can see on the inside of the eyebrows, it's kind of going towards his nose, which is pretty weird. But the beard is done pretty good. I really do like it. Very fuzzy looking. And the teeth are very white, and he does have blue eyes, which are done very, very nice. And in case you guys wanted to check out the young Thor head sculpt, it's kind of similar without the grinding teeth and without the beard. Really don't like this face sculpt, to be honest. I really do like the bearded look. And he comes with a pair of fisted hands. One comes on the figure, and then one comes on the side. And with the hands, they just hinge down and up, not side to side, and I'll tell you why. But the wraps on them look very nice on the hands. Pretty cool. And then here we have his hammer wielding hands. And then these go side to side. You can see how this one's like kind of the back of the palm. And then it kind of the hinges right over here. Well, this one just goes side to side, which is pretty weird. Don't know how that's gonna execute, but we'll see. But really like the way the hands are sculpted and wrapped. And then he comes with two separate hammers. This one has a nice paint finish on it with the gray and black. The handle's just a plain color, no wash around it, kind of a dark brown color. And my camera goes out of focus. Man, pretty cool. It has a little bit of wash in there, take that back. Then you can see a little kind of bezel piece right over here. Then you have the strap. And top of the hammer, looking cool. Like how it's kind of dirty. Really cool. You got the bottom of the hammer. Got the sides, and it's hollow too. It's a hollow plastic. I thought it was gonna be like a full plastic piece, but it is hollow on the inside, same as this hammer right over here, kind of translucent. I wouldn't know what to call this, in my opinion. Don't know what it is, but has the same handle as the other hammer. Same everything except for the top piece of the hammer, where it's kind of translucent with blue. You can see that it's also hollow on the inside because you can see the little, let's see, why does my camera keep going out of focus? Let's see, there we go. You can kind of see how it's going into the hammer. No kind of wash effect around it. Well, right over here it's done pretty good. Kind of like a burnt look over here on the side, which is pretty cool. Probably might have him posed up with this hammer, even though it has a little brown sticking out on the inside. So let's go ahead and check out Thor. And then here we have a close-up of Thor. Basically, we already seen his head and talked about the hair, how it's done very awesome. You know what? I don't think I talked about the hair, to be honest, on this one, but it's done very nice, kind of a dark blonde color, which I really do like. Then when you go to the back, you have the braids right over here on the back side. Then you have kind of those, I don't know what to call these, to be honest. Don't know, but it's done very nice. Here it has a lot of volume. You know he uses Head and Shoulders probably. You never know with Thor though. But yeah. Hair's done very nice. Like I said, I really do like this head sculpt. Really think it's fantastic. Then when you look throughout the figure too, it's done awesome. As you guys can see right there. The chest is kind of like a, it's not, the camera shows it's like a navy blue, but it's really, in person it kind of looks just like a, I want to say like a darkish blue. Then you guys can see little pins on the shoulder pads looking awesome. No wash on them sadly, but they do have scratches and dents, as you guys can see right over here. And you can see that the chest is also textured with some laces right over there. And when you go to the abdomen part, you can see how cool the belt is with all the scratches and dents. Same thing with the knobs over here on the sides. They also have a kind of battle damaged, and the belt looks freaking awesome. I love the way they sculpted little lines right over here, which is pretty cool. And right over here you have the Thor skirt, and I like the way they did kind of the molding of the stitching, which I really do like. Then when you get to the Thor thighs, you kind of have that metal look right over there, which is pretty cool. You can see it there also kind of damaged and kind of scratches and dents going throughout them. And so here we have the boots right over here, which are also done very awesome. You can see the wrinkles going throughout them, which is awesome. You can see more of those knobs right over there. It does have kind of wrapping over here on his shins, and it goes through the back right over here. You can see the stitching on the back of the boots, which is pretty cool. Really do like that. Then the boots right over here, and they do have little laces on them, which is pretty cool. Then does have 2 little small peg holes at the bottom of his feet. And then the cape is freaking awesome. I like the way they do it. They did it. It's kind of like kind of reminds me of the Hot Toys Superman, kind of similar to that, but just a tiny bit cheaper. You can see how cool the red, you know what it kind of reminds me of is the Elder Predator from the AVP NECA's figure, the one that they released about probably, I want to say 4 months ago, I think. Kind of reminds me of that cape. Then when you look at his biceps, freaking swole. You can see the veins looking pretty cool. Really do like that. There's no wash on the skin color either. Would have been nice if they would have added like some kind of gray to really bring out those biceps. Then you can see his kind of his hand wraps right over there with his little wristband with some studs on it. Done pretty cool. The studs are not damaged. You can see it's kind of like has like little kind of mist paint with little black dots right there. Really no biggie in my opinion. Then I want to show you guys something else if I can get it. Let's see if I can get the back of the figure for you guys. Right there. Don't want the figure falling over. Like I said, he does have a lot of loose joints. And that's the back of the figure right over there. Done pretty nice. Same texturing like from the front. And so for Thor's articulation, his head can look down about that much and look up. Let's see if I can get it. About that much, but you can see his hair starts to rise, giving it a pretty ugly look. Head looks side to side, left and right. Doesn't really pivot side or side, to be honest. Fully rotates at the arm, as well as go out about that much. Does have a thigh swivel, double jointed elbows that move awesome. And his hands do rotate and hinge down and up, just for the fisted hands. For the hammer wielding hands, they just go side to side. Does have an upper diaphragm joint that helps him pivot left and right. It is very loose on mine. Does crunch forward about that much without the ab crunch, but when you crunch it, moves forward awesomely, kind of like a Spider-Man, and moves back that much, just like a Spider-Man. And I don't know if I mentioned he does have double jointed elbows. Doesn't have waist rotation at all, sadly. So that's what that upper diaphragm joint's for. He can do the splits about that much, but his skirt does restrict it. Legs kick up that much. Has an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees. That move, okay, could be better though. Has a boot, or kind of like a boot shin rotation right there. That goes full 360. Feet hinge down and up pretty good. And he does have ankle pivots. So Thor is loaded with that Marvel Legends articulation, but he is loose on mine. Don't know if he's going to be loose on yours, you never know, but still a pretty awesome articulated figure. And here I have the Marvel Legends Series 12-inch Thor. Next, the Hot Toys Mark 46 Iron Man figure from Captain America Civil War. And as you guys can see, Iron Man is taller than the Marvel Legends Thor. Then here I have the 12-inch Thor next to the 6-inch Marvel Legends Pizza Spider-Man, and you guys can see the difference right there. And then here he is next to the Ultimate Jungle Hunter Predator from NECA. And then here he is next to the Juggernaut Series Wolverine figure, and of course you guys can see also the size difference. And did you guys see that Jim Lee 12-inch Wolverine that's coming out? That thing looks freaking sick. Definitely gonna have to pick, probably gonna pick two of those up, one just to have on just on my wall, and then the other one just to pose up in my shelf. And here I have the Marvel Legends Series 12-inch Thor all posed up for you guys, and I'm gonna say right out the bat, I would recommend this figure to anyone collecting Marvel Legends 12-inch figures out there, or even collecting just plain 6-inch figures. Pretty awesome figure in my opinion. I love the way the scale is, love the way how buff he is, and love the way this head sculpt was designed. Really like the way the bearded look is. And as you guys can see, he's holding that translucent hammer. Really, probably going to have him pose up like this in my shelf. Like I said, I really do recommend this figure. And you know, with the 12-inch series, I always like to what's kind of lower the price down after a few months. So probably maybe you can get this guy for maybe 30 bucks, maybe 20, and probably maybe 4 to 6 months. But like I said, still an awesome figure. Really do recommend him. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for watching my video. If you guys like my videos, go ahead and thumbs up and also subscribe. Follow my Instagram and Twitter account, AJ Watt Reviews, for toy pickups, toy news, and toy images. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and you guys have a great week.